Good morning. Our view here is of the Dakota Magic Casino Cam down by the Hankinson area along the North Dakota-South Dakota line on our Storm Team Skycam network. So first of all, it's looking super gray. We should have a view of the landscape there, but there's still some fog and some mist out there too. And those flags that you can barely make them out because there's very little wind yet with this particular storm system. But it's the Southern Valley, this area we're watching for our first areas of precipitation here for today. And then gradually that will lift northward. So here are our headlines. We've got a blizzard warning for this afternoon, or rather for this evening and into tonight. Eastern North Dakota, northwest Minnesota, and pink here included in that. A winter storm watch in the east where we're still going to have some big impacts, but we may not see as much snow given we've got that greater rain potential heading into the afternoon. The fog that we've had recently starting to ease up a bit, but it's still out there. We still have that mist and fog reducing our visibility. And you can see down toward Wheaton, it looks like we still have some dense fog there. Warmer air still on the east side of this, and then out to the west, we're looking at some colder air, temperatures below freezing. And this gives us a good map of what we're going to be dealing with as far as precipitation is concerned. More likely snow west, more likely rain east initially, and a transition zone in between. So we showed you the radar earlier. You can see some green showing up down in Lakes Country now. Looks like we're about to get a good little cell moving into the Traverse County area. The pink area down in Sisseton could be some freezing drizzle at this point. Sometimes it takes a little bit for the initial bouts of precipitation to work their way to the surface here. So I'd be interested in hearing from you down in the Southern Valley if you're getting anything here into the early afternoon. But overall, you can see this big area of rain and snow and freezing rain in between starting to work its way toward North Dakota and our viewing area in Minnesota here. So it's just starting up. Looking at our hour-by-hour planner, this will continue to work its way northward with more moisture feeding into it and heavier rain developing as we head into the later afternoon. This is 4 o'clock. You could see areas in yellow here indicating some heavier moderate rainfall happening in Lakes Country. We're looking at an inch or more of rain potential here, and with those the ground still frozen and those storm drains still blocked in a lot of places with ice and snow, some concerns here about some localized flooding happening. And then out to the west, that snow, that mix building into our western viewing area. Late tonight, you could see or later this evening at 7, you could see the wind picking up, gusting into the 30s, and the snow becoming more widespread in eastern North Dakota, areas of heavy snow too. So that's when we're going to start to see issues with visibility and drifting and the blizzard developing here later this evening and into the late night hours tonight. Fargo, still a big question mark for the Fargo area because we're right in that transition zone between the rain and snow. So that's going to have an impact on our potential snowfall totals if we see some ice initially with this too. Temperatures are going to be hovering right around the freezing mark overnight tonight. They're warmer to the east. We might get a break from the rain in the east overnight, but we'll still have that ongoing snow and blizzard conditions what we're dealing with out west and eventually over to the east as this continues to transition eastward. So by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, you could see that snow line moving into those areas where we've had the rain. So just because you're getting rain today doesn't mean you're going to miss out on the snow. The wind is going to be strong. So we're looking, in fact, intense. So we're looking at anywhere where snow is falling, the potential for blizzard conditions. And so you have that potential too in the east. It's just going to be a little more delayed. And winds will be gusting into the 40s, 50s, even to 60 miles per hour. So again, an extreme wind event for us, regardless of what type of precipitation you're seeing. By noon, still getting some snow, especially along the Red River and east, and the wind still quite strong too. Eventually the snow does taper off through the afternoon and into the evening, but the wind stays strong. We're looking at gusts still getting into the 40s into tomorrow night. So this is going to be a long drawn out event. So snowfall potential, more likely rain to the east. That's going to cut down on your totals, but we're still looking at a band of 6 to 12 inches. Fargo probably somewhere in the middle of that unless we end up on the colder side of this system. So our hazards, our impacts, impossible travel once that blizzard starts. We're looking at those roof issues compounding with this heavy wet snow and rain. The wind will be an issue for downed branches and power lines and electricity issues and street flooding, icing out there. Eventually this does end, but it's going to be a very tough couple of days with quieter weather heading into the weekend.
Yes, a very rough, like you said, the next couple of days too. It's not just tonight, it's going to be
long. It's a long event. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thank you, Lisa.